so I've shown you how to make the simple olive wreath and the one with wattle and eucalyptus. But some of you might not have those products in your garden, and that doesn't matter really. Anything that's green will do. It's also really good to try to use product that has a little bit of flex to it. So foliages that aren't too stiff and rigid, because it's difficult to get that arc shape around your wire if your product is really stiff. So anything that's got a little bit of a flex to it is good. The next one I'm going to make you is a little bit more advanced. I picked from my garden some Abelia, which has this pretty little flower on it. One thing to be mindful of with flowers and this particular technique is, again, because there's no water source here, if you use flowers in this wreath base on the wire, it's not going to last. So it either needs to be made at the very last minute. Some things aren't going to last overnight as flowers. So yeah, that's my Abelia, and I've got some orange blossom. It's one of my favourite bushes. It has the most beautiful fragrance. It's got these beautiful green glossy leaves. You might have camellias, magnolias, even pitostrum. Doesn't really matter what your plants look like. Sometimes varied textures look great. And then I've also cut some little succulents also from my garden there as little feature flowers for this one. So again, we've started with little bundles of material. So I've bundled up here Abelia and orange blossom together to make all these little bundles. And once all your bundles are together, and again, I've probably got about 10 here for my ring, you start attaching them the same way we did with the previous wreath, just starting at the top and making sure that first one is really secure on that main wire. Oops, just struggling there we go. Twisting it into place, get the first one on like that, and then again make sure when you lay your second one that you lay it over the stems of the first one so that you're hiding what the mechanics of the first grouping, and twist that on. And again, you just keep moving around the wire, all in the same direction. But this time, because I've got some little feature flowers, being these little succulents, every couple of bundles, I'm going to add a little succulent in, just for a bit of interest. So succulents are really hardy, and they'll survive no problems out of water for days, let alone weeks probably. So once you've got your little feature flower in there, then you just keep going with your bundles again. Make sure when you're laying your next bundle, you're not hiding the feature flower with the new bundle. So I'm just anchoring that into place. There we go. Another bundle. So you can see how it's starting to grow there. So again, I'll come back to you in a moment when we've got only a little bit to go, and show you how to finish off this version. All right, so I'm nearly at the end of the wreath here. You can see how it's looking. It looks really pretty with all those Abelia flowers, and it smells gorgeous. So I'm just going to take my last little succulent there, and I'm going to add that to the base and twist it on. And what I realised while I was working, which might help you, is that the succulents are a lot heavier than some of the foliage. So what you might need to do is twist those on and anchor them at the top and bottom of the stem, just to provide a little bit more security so they don't flop around on the wire base. And then I'll take my last bundle of foliage, and like the first wreath we made, we're going to pull aside the tips of that very first bunch so that we don't catch them. Slide these ones underneath so that the finish is seamless, so that you can't see where you started and where it ends. And that makes for a really professional finish. But look, I think that the idea here is it doesn't have to be perfect. I think anything that your kids make will be great, and it's all about the conversation as well about ANZAC Day and the meaning of that ANZAC tradition in Australia. So there we go. That is the little flowery one that I've added succulents to. And again, you could lay this down and light your candle, lay it down flat on the ground and put your candle in the middle. I might grab a candle and show you how that will look. And wait for the bugle to blow. We've got these beautiful kookaboo candles in at the moment. We've got an Australian bush scented one that's online now that's really beautiful. It's got all the scents of the Australian bush, and this one's an Australian bushberry one. So you pop your candle in the middle and light it. And again, when you're finished, you could certainly take your wreath base and bring it inside, pop it on the dining table, or hang it on your door. So that's the ANZAC Day wreath. I don't want you to ring us and order foliage or any of the string wire or any of the foliages. I really do want you to use what's on hand in your home, and please post pics to us of what your children do. We'd love to see all your different wreaths, so tag us in your posts, and we might share some of those to our social media. And by all means, if you want to jump online and order the Kookaboo Australian candles, we've also got some beautiful ANZAC biscuits from the Great Ocean Road chocolate shop that were just baked this morning, so you can purchase those online too. But really, this is all about getting crafty with your kids. So enjoy ANZAC Day, everybody, and we may see you again on here.